Welcome to another edition of the Gridiron Report. I'm Jarret Johnson, and Texas Tech's 2022 spring game is on tap. Set for 12:30 p.m. Central Time Saturday at the Jones, of course. And I just want to mention it's free admission. There's going to be all kinds of things for activities for kids and stuff before and I think after, and there'll be autograph session and all that. And of course, Inside the Red Raiders is going to be there for some post-practice media availability, talking with the coach, hopefully some players. Coach Joey McGuire, his first round of spring ball here at Texas Tech as the head coach. And then we'll have all kinds of content, podcasts with Mighty Joe and myself. I'll definitely have some kind of note package like you've seen throughout spring ball. I'll have that from the spring game. And if you can't make it out to the Jones, and I hope you can, but if you can't make it out, it is being streamed on ESPN Plus. I don't think it's on TV anywhere, but it's being streamed on ESPN Plus, so you could watch it there. Again, 12:30 Central Time here in Lubbock. So what am I looking for out of spring ball? Well, I think the first thing everybody wants to tell, well, it is. The first thing anybody and everybody asks me is what's going on with the quarterback competition. And it is a 3-quarterback battle. And more than any round of college spring ball I've ever covered, there's 3 guys getting equal reps with the 1s and the 2s in terms of the offense. I mean, I've never seen it be like, maybe they start off that way, but by the end it's like, okay, this guy's getting the majority of the first team reps. This is the guy. But every practice I've been to, and it's been several of the so far 14 spring practices, it's been equal reps. It's been split up. And that's between Tyler Shuck, Donovan Smith, and Baron Morton. And I got to tell you, all 3 quarterbacks are good. I think Texas Tech can and will win with any of the 3 quarterbacks. Before I get into each of them, I just want to say, look, I can't remember the last year that a quarterback actually started, whether it be for injury or if he was just replaced, a whole season since Patrick Mahomes. That was a long time ago. So at least 2, if not all 3 of these guys are going to play or start for Texas Tech. Coach McGuire said multiple times this spring that there's going to be packages for all 3 quarterbacks, but they are different quarterbacks. Here are how they are alike. All 3 of them have good arms. All 3 of them can run at least some. And all 3 can throw on the run quite well, which is good. To me, that's what you need. Now, Tyler Shuck, I don't even know if you could say he's the most experienced. He probably is more than Donovan Smith at this point because of what he did at Oregon and then the beginning of last year at Texas Tech before he got hurt. He won at Oregon. He won at Tech. Mixed results. I think he had some really good games and he had some games that weren't so good. And I think he'd be the first to tell you. Very likable young man. Spend 5 minutes with him. I guarantee you like him. He has the strongest arm of the 3. Just a cannon. Just a cannon. Even the West Texas wind doesn't seem to affect him on really any throw. Very intelligent. There's some things with reading defenses, and that comes with experience, that some problems at times I've seen both at Oregon and at Texas Tech. Again, he needs more experience. His skill set, though, his accuracy, his strong arm, his ability, his straight line speed, if need be, are all good things in terms of a fit with Zach Kitley's, his version of the air raid or the spread offense. Donovan Smith, he throws the most catchable ball, probably has, I don't want to say the weakest, because he could really sling it too. He has a heck of a deep ball. He can put some stank on it if need be. In tight spaces. He's made some big throws in big games. He started for Texas Tech when they beat Iowa State. He started for Texas Tech in the bowl game when they demolished Mississippi State. So he's a winner. I think he's inconsistent. That's the biggest thing. Is sometimes his accuracy is inconsistent. But he's built like a tank. He's the best short yardage running quarterback, and he's a leader. So there's a lot to like about Donovan Smith. And then you look at Baron Morton, the young redshirt freshman. He has taken a giant leap forward since last offseason. There's no doubt. I mean, both just his body type, the way he carries himself. Of course, he's a coach's son. So is Donovan Smith. But he has the quickest release. There's no doubt. I don't think he has he doesn't have a stronger arm than Tyler Shuck, but he has the quickest release. He's the best. All 3 can throw on the run, but he's the best at throwing on the run. I mean, He is very accurate, very consistently accurate, and makes smart decisions for the most part when throwing on the run. And he's a very athletic runner. We saw in the spring game last year, I think he ripped up like a 20-yard run down the sideline and dove for the pylon and scored. So I like all three of them. I think all three of them can and will win football games for Texas Tech in the very near future. So they're in a good situation. Who I think has the lead, I guess I'd go with Shuck, but I wouldn't really be surprised by any of the three, but especially neither him or Donovan Smith, just because of the experience factor. Both of them have considerably more experience than Baron Morton at this point. What else I'm looking for, and this is really like a big thing for me, is offensive line. Now, there's some guys that I think that are going to figure into the depth chart that are going to be available. The Cade Briggs, the Cole Spencers, those types, the transfers in that can't play because they're coming back from injuries. But, I feel good about saying Caleb Rogers and Weston Wright is probably going to be the left side of your offensive line. But how does Caleb Franks do, or Clayton, how does Clayton Franks do at center? He's been starting at center for most of the spring ball, and I think he's going to battle it out with Cade Briggs once Briggs is available, in fall camp. And then at right guard and right tackle, you're looking at some good players, some veteran players. But what about these transfers? What about the Michael Shanahans? There's just some guys, and then there's a veteran who's kind of like my dark horse to sneak in there and win the starting right tackle spot, and that's Ethan Carr. He looks really good. He's gotten in better shape this offseason. He's shown quite a punch in the running game. He started at left tackle some. If he could actually start at right, or develop and play right tackle for you and really become the player he's capable of, because he's a huge human being. He's like 6'7", 3 whatever, 3 and a whole lot, but athletic. So if he could really develop into that spot, that could really help this offensive line come together this year, especially if Cole Spencer's as good as advertised. He's transferred in from an all-conference season, playing for Zach Kitley at Western Kentucky. So the offensive line is something I really want to watch. And then the secondary, they have some really good veterans that I know can play football, and they're healthy. The Reggie Pearsons, the Dadrian Taylor Demerson, known as Rabbit, Marquise Waters, who's come back from injury, been playing in spring ball. There's so many of these defensive backs that I know can play football, but I want to see it in spring ball. I want to see them have a good round of spring ball. How much will they play? Because I know the coaches don't want to get hurt. They've already seen a lot in scrimmages and know what kind of players these are. But I think this secondary has the potential. I'm not saying they've done it yet, but they have the potential to be one of the better secondaries we've seen at Texas Tech in a long time. Dimitri Moore, transfer in, playing at linebacker next to Krishan Merriweather. I really like that duo. I'm also looking for the guys off the edge, the LB Moores, the Robert Wootens, the Josiah Pierres. What are they going to bring to the table? And Tim DeRuyter's defense, the new defensive coordinator. So there's a lot to look for from the spring game, which again kicks off 12:30 p.m. Central Time at the Jones here in Lubbock. But I'm really excited. We'll have a bunch of content afterwards. I really appreciate you watching this preview, and until next time.